Today was a difficult day. Not a bad day, but a difficult day. It was a day in which I had to push a lot. And in order to push a lot, I have to like it. Which means I gotta get in a certain mood. Which doesn't really make me exactly the most pleasant person to be around for most people. And I mean, I'm naturally prone to being in that mood anyway. But I can tell you, this afternoon when I knew I had to go in there and establish like dominance, basically. I have to make myself, to work myself up to a fighty state. I mean, I want to stress that the reason I have to do this is because I'm right and they're wrong, and they're really wrong, and they're not yet in any sense that I can see unethical wrong, but what they are is not fully understanding the whole dynamics of this thing, because of course debate is difficult for the laity to really understand on a lot of different levels. It's difficult for them to understand why it's not comparable to their existing understandings of education, its various components and stuff. When I'm telling them, when I go in there and basically tell them, look, this whole industry that you're involved in, all the other stuff that it does is inefficient, poorly conceived, poorly designed, and hamstrung by levels of administration unnecessarily. It literally is all of those things. Even for really good teachers, it's very rare that they are achieving it. It's very rare that they are achieving well if we were measuring them against a meaningful metric, right? But we're not, and we don't really know what we want them to do, and we don't actually. Most folks don't actually know what even the desired long-term outcome is. So it's one thing to say, okay, well, I know I want them to learn X, but I don't know how to teach them X. Fine, that's one thing. I know I want them to learn X, and I know how to teach them X in terms of to achieve default acceptance of like within normal range or something, you know? I know what sort of behaviors will convince other people are most likely to correlate with the label good teacher. I know maybe how to manifest some of those behaviors. I know how to fake some of them. I know how to, right, and some of them I don't know, and some of them I got wrong. Yeah. And it's an amalgam of nonsense that you put together to try to figure out what the hell you're doing when you're teaching in a classroom. The reason for that is there are many, many reasons, but number one is there's only meaningful assessment at the troop level. The officers are never meaningfully assessed. And I'm talking the teachers are not meaningfully assessed, principals and other admin are not meaningfully assessed. There are no consequences for failure. There are no consequences for embracing bad ideas. And this is the concept I want to get across in this video more than anything else. This one is actually not what I meant to want to get across. What I meant to want to get across is that I feel bad because I act like an arrogant prick all day, but I really felt like I needed to act like an arrogant prick all day to get the shit I need to get done. And it worked. I mean, as far as I can tell, I'm pretty sure that one of the parties I was a dick with understand things more in keeping with my own understanding now than he did before. Our little conversation that we had. Any fair-minded person would at this point ask, well, isn't that kind of wrong to bully someone into getting your way, Eric? It absolutely is. Except my way's the right and fair and just and true way is the problem. This is the problem I keep coming into. And why Look, I understand that everybody else experiences the same feeling of being sure they're right and getting frustrated that other people won't agree with them, blah, 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 blah. I only feel that about stuff specific to me, by the way. I'm certain that I'm right about all sorts of political stuff, but I couldn't give a fuck if you agree with me or not, frankly. I just like arguing the point. What I do give a fuck about is if people are using reasons to justify decisions that impact me, drawing conclusions about the status quo in ways that impact me, and when the rationales for their decision making have been utterly disintegrated, proved false in no uncertain terms, they still feel entitled to cling to the same conclusion. Now, they're entitled to believe whatever they want as long as it's not impacting me. But if you're going to impact me in the sense of preventing me from getting my way, then, and my way is not imposing upon anybody upon anything upon anybody. My way imposes nothing upon anybody. And your way imposes shit on me. And that's a problem. Anyway, the point is, I have to get myself all worked up like that in order to have those fights, man. I'm actually not that brave. I gotta be in a bit of a state to go fucking put the handle on people like that. I don't like to do that. I'm hopeful, I'm confident that this stretch of time, I do like to do that. I don't like to indulge in liking to do that because I feel like I do now, which is shitty. Like an asshole, like a douchebag, and all that other stuff, you know? I hear a kitty meow meow. Flyer's gonna try to pawn this cat off onto me. That's the crazy thing. Oh, meow meow. What a beautiful meow meow. Oh.
She's gonna love this.
Come show the sweet meow meow to the camera. Oh, sweet meow meow. Oh, my sweet, sweet meow meow. Hello. Hello.
Okay, it's time for bedtime.
Okay, goodbye. Good night, meow meow.
Good night.
Meow meow meow. I hear you. I hear you, little meow. Okay, good night. That cat's depressing because it was taken from its mother too young, not by us. And we agreed to take it because, you know, people, I tell you. At least the cat, that one is safe. And, you know, it's annoying as hell at the moment because it's going to be psychologically damaged, no doubt, because these fucking people took it away from its fucking mother too soon. So this is like the cruelest thing I can possibly imagine doing. This cat's made me cry multiple times because it was so little when we first got it. But, it's getting bigger now. It's less desperate and more just pushy. It is his personality, obviously. Anyway, so many emotions. So yeah, I end up feeling like a douchebag. And yet, again, and I sit back and assess and say, well, what exactly do you push people into doing? Nothing. Did you hurt someone's feelings? I don't know, maybe, but it's like, it seems to me that my rudeness to them is way less rude than their presumptions, and or wanting actions and states of affairs that aren't in my best interest at all. That seems fucked up. Like, what I want is for whatever arrangement I make with all these people to be in both of our best interests, for sure. I want my partners over there to take their cut. I don't care that it's ridiculous, given the way everything's played out. It's silly. They think that they deserve what they think they deserve, right? But I don't care. Yeah, fine, cool. That's the deal we made with them. It's fine. We also made a big fuss about, before we even got there, no exclusivity. The first contract they handed us was full of fucking exclusivity. Look, none of you own me. None of you. If you're cool, I'm cool. That's it. I'm not gonna try to fuck anybody over. I'm not gonna steal your kids. I don't need to steal your fucking kids. Anyway, here I just roll back into it. Oh, indignant guy. I was texting Kimball earlier and I was like, man, this fucking massive comeuppance is coming my way. It's gotta be. It's so overdue. I am so overdue to just get like utterly humbled in some public context by somebody who's smarter and fucking more manic than me, you know. It's bound to happen. It's bound to happen soon. I am buying that shit on layaway, no doubt about it. Whenever I say that stuff, though, I think again, but I was right. They were fucked up, and this other guy was just being dumb and needs to be. And I need him to figure out the truth fast. I don't have time to dick around with his misconceptions, you know? And it really is that practical. I've got to get this summer stuff set up now, man. We're already so lagged on it. So anyway, I went through the day just imposing will on people. But what I mean by that is not saying like you need to do this, but saying this is how I am going to act, and this is why how I am going to act is totally fine, and this is how you should interpret this if you have your own best interest in mind, according to me, in my opinion. And if you don't like it, that's fine. I don't need you at all. That's not imposing anything on anybody, but it certainly is being a big dick, right? But I mean, I don't know what to say. It's like, if everyone just fucking get on board, everything's gonna be fine. You know, it's like, just say, how are we doing this? And I'll say, here's the stuff that we're doing my way. Boom, 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 boom. And here's the stuff I don't care about. Here's the stuff that Kimball cares about. So we're doing it her way. And this stuff in the middle that I don't care about and Kimball doesn't care about, you can decide on. That's it. And, you know, if you don't like that arrangement, then that's fine. I could get that arrangement somewhere else. or nowhere else, just by myself. So I don't know what to say. I, it's like I know that everyone, the universe, doesn't like that. They don't like me saying that stuff. They don't like it being that way at all, and it just seems intuitively unfair. But it's not, because I'm not asking anybody else to do anything. You know, they think it's not fair because I'm not engaging in a negotiation process at all. But I don't have time to get them to walk with me to exactly where I need them to be. I don't got time for that. It's too late. It's summer schedules should be long since set and marketed and flyers sent out and all that shit. And I don't blame anyone for that not happening with us this year, because it was crazy to try to get this thing thrown together. I mean, I was kept sufficiently out of the loop of few key parts of this whole process that made me underestimate the complexity of it, I guess. Even though I was involved in almost everything, the last program. But yeah, that was run wrong. This other place is run wrong because the whole school needs to be modeled after debate. Like, all the schedules have to revolve around debate, tournaments, and resolution release dates and stuff like that. A properly organized after-school program that involves debate and does it correctly will quickly jettison everything else as a waste of time and as more difficult to market and as less sustainable and as less real and as a million other things. You know what I mean? Because the thing about debate, you only need one class, one curriculum. It's competition debate. Well, we know parents are going to take that same class 4 years in a row. Parents don't come into it. And once you've got the kid in the class for 5 minutes or 5 days or 5 weeks or whatever it takes, you know, because once the debaters and the coach fall in love with each other, which is basically what happens with every debate team, in the most, honorable possible way, I want to stress. But yeah, once that happens, then the parents have a big fight on their hands. They try to pull that kid from their class. So if you're smart after school, you say, okay, let's turn our entire 5th grade class over to debate. And then we'll have all of those kids for the next 4 years. Or you could do whatever other not working thing that you do is. It doesn't work as well, not nearly as well. There's no reason to get an English tutor. Even if you're bad at English. If you're bad at English, stop taking English. If you don't like it, stop taking it. What do you need it for? If you're bad at English and you don't like it, chances are you're not going to get or want to get a job that requires you to be a good writer or whatever, and that's fine. It's like, they're ever so important in employment, we must focus on writing. Well, yeah, but look, we made this person who hates writing and is bad at it good enough to get a job where he has to write. I mean, that's insane, right? It's completely insane. Anyway, I don't know if this video did me any good or just made me even worse, but I'm glad I made it. I'm sorry, world. I'm sorry, universe. I'm sorry, Kimball, for being such a douchebag all the time. I'm sorry, Candace, for being such a douchebag all the time. The reason I said Kimball first is because it was more recent with her. It just happened this afternoon or whatever. So my douchebaggery most recently came in kind of with Kimball before I did with my wife Candace, who I was douchebaggy with more like yesterday instead of this afternoon. Yeah, it was yesterday. Yeah. Not easy. This is not an easy way to go. Anyway, thanks so for watching. You always enjoy these. I hope you enjoyed this one. You sitting there, you're okay. Eric, listen. I'm giving you the thumbs up. You're okay. You're somehow pulling it off anyway. And yeah, you're a fucking douchebag. You better fucking knock that shit off.